This time, for real, for reals. All right, guys, here we go. Starting the second episode of whatever we're calling this again. We'll find out hopefully pretty soon because it's going to be titled that. But here we go. We're on the second episode, guys. Thanks for joining along. I'm here and joined by Big B, Crazy Horse McTexas, Texas Sexy, Brandon. We can't see you dancing. There you go. Or they can't see you. We'll have to get this on YouTube later, too. And the one and only crazy-haired Cody McBeardface, Kyle.
Hey, with the beard face, Kyle. How's it going?
Yeah. Opposed to the beardy knees you have, which we need to talk about that. But
Oh, jeez.
starting here, guys, let's roll right off the bats. What'd you do this week? What's the most recent thing you played, Dakota?
Yeah. So this week I've been grinding out a lot on Space Engineers. It's a space sandbox logistics game.
Oh yeah.
Super awesome. It's been out for a while. It's been grinding out, trying to build ships, we're about to get to space. Me and my friend Jose, we're getting to space soon. It is a grind, and we're enjoying it. So it's been taking up quite a bit of my time. I like the sandbox feel of it.
Nice. Yeah, I think I've seen a little bit of that gameplay from you also, and it's like a lot. It's like hardcore Minecraft bits and pieces, and doesn't like those meteor strikes can like jack your crap up.
Yeah, you can have you can turn meteors on, and you'll have meteor showers, and they can mess up your base. You can mine them for materials you can only get from asteroids outer space. So it's actually pretty helpful. It's pretty good.
Nice. All right, Brandon, how's your week go? What you been playing?
So obviously, been playing some WoW.
And your mic's off. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind.
Can you hear
You're
me?
good.
Jeez
I'm just. I
Louise.
got.
Good thing we cut this out. Anyway, so I've been playing WoW.
We'll fix it in post.
I've been working towards my long boy. People that play WoW understands the grind. So it's 5 million gold, which if you converted that to money, it's about $833 is what it would cost me. I don't want to do it that way, even though don't tell the wife. So you can buy WoW tokens, which is about 120,000 gold each. And they're about $20. So if you converted it, if you wanted to make the 5 million, it's about $833. And it goes away in like a month.
Oh, that's it.
Then
It goes away. You could spend that much money, and it goes away.
well, the mount itself is going away, so it's only a limited time.
Oh.
So I'm trying to get.
Gotcha.
The cool thing about it has an auctioneer on the side, so anyone that plays WoW knows. I can just pop up the mount, do my auctions, then go do whatever I want to do, which is pretty cool. And I've been playing the new UFC game. Pretty cool. If you like the UFC games, it's better. If you don't care about them, you're not missing nothing.
Yeah, I like the first two. I know the first one I got, and that was cool. But other than
The first
that,
one was great.
yeah,
It's just
very fun. Did they have a problem with it might have been one or two that did the online stuff, and it was a problem with people just like grappling and like instantly putting you in like a chokehold or something, and it was really easy to win that way.
yeah, they're getting better. Obviously, they're not. It's not perfect. People playing online, they're always going to try to find the easiest way to win. But they're doing better. It's good. It's just, if you don't care about the games, you're really not going to care about this one. Same with like Madden. If you don't like Madden, you're not going to like the next one or the one after.
My favorite thing for the UFC games was the just like the straight character management of training and all the things you can do with your person made it feel so worth it, and you became more in touch with the character that that next fight was that much more important, and every loss was just detrimental.
Yeah, I did get that feel from that too. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And they actually trained you to get better.
The only problem is, obviously, you can't. There's just so much you can do with that, right? They can't add some crazy stuff to it because it has to fit in the bubble of the UFC. But I like it.
Nice. All right. Well, what about you, Frank?
So,
well, thanks for asking, Aaron.
What have you been
Yeah.
playing?
Well, not too. I mean, I tried my chances at whatever Hyperscape again, which is neat. Again, I'm not big on Roll Rumble things very much. I'll touch things here and there, try to play it, see what I like it. It seems cool so far, checking it out. But as at this moment, I suck like a black hole. And I haven't got first to die, but that's because I'm like running. I'm just like hide, and I'm still trying to figure out how to like walk around quick enough. And I kind of figured if you're running and you can crouch, do like a quick little slide thing. You can hop up, and then you like when you land, you hop into your squat again, and you like continue to slide. So it's a cool little like getaway thing. And I'm like practicing that out in the middle of the field. And I got like my first kill the other day because someone was already fighting somebody. So I came in, like shot them, and then I ran away. But as soon as I try to get like serious, like, oh man, there's a guy coming. Here we go. Let's hide behind this bus. Look around the corner. Where'd he go? Dead. Like I don't know, I'm just getting lucky right now. But that's about it as far as gameplay. And then watching Skylar, my 4-year-old, she started like play stuff now. That's cool. She's getting into like the Minecraft thing, which is like a big puzzle game anyway. So I'm like, it's better than SpongeBob, I guess. And then her next game she likes to play is Halo.
Hey, yes.
There it is.
Right.
There it is, boys. Yeah. Hey, can we talk about
we got the little.
Go ahead.
No, you.
Can we talk about the greatest battle royale game out right now, Fall Guys?
Okay, yeah, Fall Guys is pretty interesting.
What is it? That's a game.
Oh, it's amazing. It's the dumbest,
Fall
greatest
Guys?
games. I haven't played it yet, but I am tempted. Even though I don't like any PvP things, this looks amazing. It's
called Fall Guys.
Yeah, you play these little short miniature little tic tac looking guys. They can wear costumes like hot dogs and dinosaur suits, and you go through these little challenges and it slowly eliminates people until there's one person left. It's so amazing.
So you don't fight each other. You just do like tests.
Yeah, like obstacle course racing. It's a really different take on the whole Royale thing. It's real like friendly. It's like aesthetically pleasing. It's colorful. It's pretty goofy. It's a good thing. It's something that can be like I would love us to play like together. Would be hilarious.
We should do that. We should somehow implement some recordings of us all playing together, if that's ever possible, and just our own reactions to things. And y'all can like sound cool winning, and I can sound like a little sissy boy getting losing, and I don't know why. Okay, let's roll into. I guess this will be the topic of the episode. Let's cover. We'll call it top 3. I'm sure we'll hit around more. Who is your favorite bad guy? What bad guy or obstacle in a game, old or new? Try to think about both that you freaking hate, but have so much respect for, and it just like really helped with the game, or not, but just a bad guy that comes to your mind that you hate, or that did good.
Okay, I got one.
Right, because
Okay, go Brandon.
My favorite bad guy is from BioShock Infinite. It's I forgot Scott, or I can't remember how you say it, but it's the main character. Spoiler: 10 years ago, go fuck yourself. So all it is the main character that went rogue pretty much, and just you don't find out why he's the way he is until the end, and then you find out, oh, it's me. It was brilliant. He's my favorite bad guy until I can think of another one. That's what I'm going with.
That guy crossed my mind. It did. And then anytime I think of Infinite, I think of like, man, that is the only other game when it came out that like I love the intro to it. It had the Nico Vega Beast song or something, which is super cool. And then of course it's No Rest for the Wicked with the freaking Borderlands 1. But that guy crossed my mind too, because I knew it. I roughly remembered that, and I think you kind of made me stick to that game and play it, Brandon. But it was a crazy twist at the end. But that game's super cool. That's a good thought. Dakota, what you got?
So I kind of have like my top favorite. I'm gonna have to split it up.
Well,
but,
I mean, yeah, just bad guy.
So like my favorite bad guy would have to be Mark Hamill's Joker in the Arkham series. It's just I think Mark Hamill as a voice actor is like, in my opinion, the best Joker like out there. And his laugh is great, his voice is great, and plays the character so well, makes it so believable. And throughout the whole series, it's just like he like no matter what, like the Joker has an influence on what's going on. He's always relevant, even when he's not there. And I thought it was great. I mean, he's probably one of the best bad guys out, that has been for decades, and he was great
Right,
to
not
play
just in
against.
games, but yeah, yeah. That's like the last few years. Anything Batman with like Joker related, it seems like the Joker has just been this like, you can't not be epic or amazing. It's like that, almost overshadowing like Batman to a point. Like when you think of bad guys,
Right.
you think of like Joker or something like he's
He's
had
the
such a huge
pinnacle
role.
of like villain.
Yeah, yeah. Like I would say, like you think of Joker, like Darth Vader, that like bad
Right.
guy, Joker, Darth Vader, like yeah, and then like the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese. But
Right. If I were to have to pick something that's not so like mainstream and well known, it would be Voss from Far Cry 3. It was
Okay,
like a Far Cry 3 was like an islander based, and this guy was crazy. One of his most famous quotes, he wrote out, like, he had the speech about insanity, the definition of insanity, and it's really good. He played, and he's relevant into where to a point. Spoiler: when he dies, he's still like haunting and like messing with the character, and it's really awesome. He was
what?
great. Totally blew me out of the water. One of the best intros in the Far Cry series, I think, and villain.
Speaking on that, breaking news or rumor, whatever you want to call it, it is believed that he is the kid in the new Far Cry game. If it, that's what it leans towards. We don't know for sure.
Really?
Yes. So play the new Far Cry, February.
I've seen the new Far Cry trailer. It was awesome. The actor that it seems like that's playing the new villain. That dude is awesome.
That's another one of those games that I touched the first one, kind of played it, and like this is cool, big and open. It reminded me of like the old Mercenaries game, but everyone's always like, "Oh, it's so awesome," and I never played enough like to get into it, and I feel like I'm missing out. And I like hearing people talk about it like this, and it sounds like, man, why have I not played that game? And I just maybe I'll play this one. Uh, well, let me pick a bad guy. My first, I did think of a couple. I got three. Had some time to think about this. Well, to me, as far as a bad guy that you love to hate and just want to kill, is Jack of Blades from Fable. Biased because Fable is like one of my favorite games, but my goodness, like he gouge out your sister's eyes, and it tortures your family and everything through it. So you're just like, mm. So he was an awesome bad guy, and he was like sinister-y kind of voice sounding, and how he talked and everything else too, and he's powerful and all that. So to me, far as games, I think of Jack of Blades from Fable, and then we can all tee off on this too. Like a bad guy, like we're talking about, like the Joker in Darth Vader. How about Bowser? Like one of the OG bad guys,
Right?
Bowser, and then multiple of other games he's reached into.
He's just misunderstood. He just wants some loving. There's nothing
Right.
wrong
He's
with
just
that.
trying to get himself a girl.
He's got a
He just don't know how. He don't know how to do
he
it.
got a
So we're both wrong. All of
Yeah,
us
of
are
course.
wrong. The top two bad guys are Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Just clicked. And Arthas from
Oh, how have
Yeah.
I not thought of him?
Warcraft 3 and Warcraft.
The Lynch King.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah.
Get that out of here!
I'm agreeing with the Final Fantasy. That was.
I
I hated that guy. He was
respect the
so
Sephiroth, yeah.
sick. He was so cool. I hated it. I hated how cool he was, but he's such a bad dude. So edgy.
yeah. So edgy, long hair. Like, how does he hold that sword? It doesn't
I
matter.
know, right? Things about
Yeah.
dude. This sword was crazy.
What y'all
Very
think?
good.
Bad guy.
Very good.
What bad guy y'all think is the worst?
Ooh.
I wish I could add more to this conversation.
I'm trying. I'm really trying to think, because I know there's some villains out there that are just
Right, so Jack of Blades
heart-wrenching
like
bad.
tears your sister's eyes out and stuff, right? And he messes your parents up and all that, and like there's bad guys like that, like in like certain shows. You're like, I hate this guy. You know what? I don't know. What's the big tough bad guy's name from Gears of War, Dakota? Like
Depends
he's
on
tough.
what. Depends on what game. Gears of War 1 was Rom. That was a
Rom,
big
I'm
dude.
thinking of probably.
The ending fight on the train, he had this huge Gatling gun, and he was surrounded by locusts.
They keep
and
coming
that
after
was
you.
really, Yep. Gears of War 2 was the main villain was Scourge, in my opinion. He was the dude with the dude with the pole arm with two chainsaws on the ends. He cut that tank in half. The guy was tough, even though he wasn't the last fight technically. The boss fight in Gears of War 2 is trash. It wasn't really a fight. I believe the Scourge fight was the final fight. Gears of War 3 is going to be the Queen. That was a good fight. It was a good build-up. Pretty tough. And I only know this much because I just recently beat all of the Gears of War on Insane with an older mate of mine. So it was wild. But yeah, out of all of them, I think Rom was the most like heavy and like bad dude. He barely even talked. He was just this massive guy dressed in black. He was tough.
Nice. I've got one other bad guy that I wrote. I put down. Kind of two. We'll talk about the third one because it's something. Brandon.
It's funny you brought up Fable. I think one of the worst bad guys is from Fable 2. Because you build up, you go to the tower, you fight the guy. I don't remember his name. That's how bad he was. You shoot him one time, that's the boss fight. It's over with. So it really sucked going from Jack Blades, one of the best, to this guy that just doesn't matter. No one cares about him.
I don't even know his name.
And like, no boss fight.
Fast. Yeah.
Boom, over.
Yeah. No bueno. You're right. Yeah, I think you do just do that, and like you finally catch up to him, and yeah, end with like a shot. Or can you even choose at that point? There's a big choice at the end, but I think you just come in there and it's screen whatever it's shooting them.
Yeah, there's a choice afterwards. You can like save your dog and stuff.
Right.
So I just remembered one. I believe her name's Gallus from Portal. The evil robot, the Gallus or whatever. Or I believe that's her name. Yeah, she was this bad guy that had great humor. That game was so funny, but in reality, when you look at the story and what's going on, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Gladys?
Bad
Is it Gladys?
Don't tell me there's some.
It's Gladys. Yes, Gladys is the name of the.
I knew it was an old lady
bad
name.
robot. Yeah.
Do you remember the potato for number 2, or not? The other bad guy?
Yeah.
That takes over her.
Oh, Walter was it with a W?
It's a potato, really?
Well,
like at one point in Portal 2, Gladys gets like turned into a potato, or like her parts get put onto a potato, so you could like take her around and stuff. It's hilarious.
What? Those guys, they made Portal.
Right, probably one of the best one of the best things like Valve has ever made, in my opinion.
Half-Life, but whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
besides Half-Life. Half-Life, it's behind Half-Life. Yeah.
That's nice. They do some cool stuff. There's something else they did recently. I think they're part of. Maybe not. Don't get me telling school stories.
Did
they have a part of Resident Evil? Really?
Yeah. Steam is theirs.
Yeah.
Right.
And they just did the Half-Life Alyx. They do Team Fortress. And there's some other ones.
Well, go Valve.
Yep.
Yeah, they've been around for a while. All right. What about? So there's plenty of games that I thought about that there's multiple like kind of bad like obstacles or a bad guy kind of situation. It's not like a main storyline, but with the Sims franchise, they have that annoying freaking Malcolm like Moneybags or something. There's always like a rich snobby guy, and like I know the main one like busting out. I think he showed up in a couple other ones, but he's like would come in like, oh, you owe me money, and like take your couch and like your dog. And you pay back stuff, yeah. So yes, I know definitely I'm busting out because I got like strung out on that one. But I think it was Malcolm for sure. Malcolm Moneybags or some bull crap like that.
That
and he had
guy
like
was a
white
jerk.
top hat and that guy for sure. But I remember one with that game had cheats also, and like the Golden Gnome and. What was it? You could, if you killed your maid a certain way, she would haunt your house and clean it for free.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, you had to trap her in a room with a plant. The plant would eat her.
Oh, the man eating. Yeah. And she would, And then there was something else I remember trying to, I think it was better. I think you came out with more money if you bought a pre-made house and then you sold everything, like the flooring and all that stuff. So you start over fresh. I think that gave you the most money. And then I think we would try, like you build your house on the side, I'll build my house on the side. So you made like the one lot like a little trailer park, and you like had your part,
yeah.
and everybody, yeah. Oh, that was so ridiculous. And that damn whistle from the mailman. Can anyone do it? I think I can do it.
I don't even remember.
When you come and bring the mail, I think the mailman and someone else might have had a different whistle, but it was like she's messing me up. I can't do it now. I freaking. Way to go, Jordan. Anyway, gosh darn it.
A more recent villain that's been like added to the universe of like Star Wars that I really like is I've just now been I'm kind of late to the game, but Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I've been playing it. It's really good. It's like a kind of like a Dark Souls kind of feel with like upgrading and like the learning new abilities and stuff. But the villain in there, I believe it's Second Sister. She's pretty hardcore, and you fight her throughout the game. And don't if y'all know the end, don't say the end because I'm almost there, and I don't know the ending yet. I've almost had it spoiled to me like 3 times. I'm trying so hard not to know. She's a good villain. Good actress too that plays her. That's a more recent villain that I've kind of learned to hate.
So, what makes a good villain? Because on Last of Us 2, spoilers, you play the main villain halfway through the game, for half the game. And you absolutely hate her the whole time. And
that's a good way to get you attached, to know how bad they are.
Right, but also like, oh wait, I understand why she made these decisions. But does it make you a good villain if we all hate you? Or that we understand you? Because I absolutely hated her, but I completely understood why she did everything. But the player base absolutely hated the decision of having to play her throughout half the game. So, I don't know. Did I ask a question there? I don't even know if I did.
Well, I'll take it from there. So I think, as far as like the developer side, that's pretty genius because it's like any publicity is good publicity. So if you have to play as the person, you're kind of forced to be them, and whether you do like something terrible and you're like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this, you're either going to, like you said, hate the person even more, or if you get even more like slightly emotionally attached and like, oh, they're not so bad, they're doing this because of this reason, then still I think the player has some sort of more emotional attachment to it, which is going to like hold them in the game, immerse them a little more, and whatever final decision comes at the end, you kill them or boss fight or whatnot, it's still going to build up to like, oh man, that was a crazy game, I can't believe that happened. So I think that's a win-win for the developer side. It's a good idea, unless the players totally hate playing the person.
It was about a 50-50. Half hated it, and half thought it was brilliant, and just really who you were as a person, I guess. Have y'all played Destiny 2? The bad guy in there, he looks so cool, but he's in
Dominus.
Is that his name? I don't remember his name, but he's in the game for about 13 seconds, and then you fight him in the boss fight.
Idea.
So as cool as he could have been, I was like, I don't even know who this guy is. So I think that was a lost opportunity. Cause Destiny, that guy could have been so cool. He's so big. He has this nice white armor. As I'm looking at his pop figure,
wow,
he just looks like an really ultimate bad guy.
I think build up is important when it comes to villains, because sometimes it's something you might only see them halfway through the game, or it might start off like that. The first interaction with the villain, it's like a story. It's got to be the hook. Like, why do we hate this person? Why are they doing what they're doing? And like the appearance or the motive is pretty important. And yeah, no, I totally understand with Dominus. He looked so cool, and he's only in like some cutscenes, and then you fight him at the end. Like, there's no other conflict with him besides he's out there doing something. and I wanted to know more.
Now I have, because it came across my mind when we were, talking about this. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but still bad guy, because some games have a big obstacle or whatever level that's just freaking ridiculous. So with that in mind, it brings me to the situation of like Rock Band or Guitar Hero. Now, these aren't people, but there is some freaking crap in your way. And the big problem with Rock Band to me was that there's certain songs that may not have been too hard, but because of their length and that the game makes you go to different venues and you may play that song again, or who knows how many times, you'll end up with some bullshit like Green Grass and High Tides. And if you mess it up, it doesn't matter. You gotta play that crap over again. And there's so many songs like that were long and just crap, or like in Guitar Hero 1, I think they had Mr. Crowley, and then of course like Freebird. You can get through most of that, but God forbid if you mess up the solo, your ass is starting over again. Like, Anyway, how do you feel?
Right?
About that?
It's kind of like what makes a villain. You know, to me, when I play Rock Band, playing on like expert mode is the villain. You know, trying to beat through the fire and flames in any difficulty above normal is the villain. So yeah, that's really cool to think of, to look at it that way.
I agree.
And even in Rock Bands,
on Crash Bandicoot, there's a level where you're jumping on this bridge. I don't know why that was hard. And you have to jump past this thing. It's the most dumbest thing ever. And because, same thing, you go all the way across the bridge, you miss one, you gotta start all the way at the beginning. That's the ultimate villain of that game. I don't care what the boss was.
Speaking of Crash Bandicoot, something I learned about that game is they have something called, I think it's a ghost step, or it's when your character model puts a step like over like a ledge, and they're not really on the ledge anymore, but the developers put that there so you can like jump farther. So the character's actually not on the bridge, like at the very end, but they make it to where you can jump. So like it like rewards you for like trying to play like at the edge or something. But yeah, there's like kind of like invisible walls. Like the bridge is longer than it looks, like by one step. Just a little fun fact about Crash.
Interesting. This is the newest one, or
Yeah, the trilogy. I think the trilogy, like the remake of all of them, is like added it. I don't think it used to be a thing.
I absolutely hate platformers.
So like,
they can all go burn in hell.
I'm trash at platformers, unless it's like M++ or M+. Yeah.
When I have to jump on something,
well, okay,
and wait 3 minutes to jump on something else, go fuck yourself.
dude, that's a different kind of like old school games. They had what is it? The Messengers is a free play thing on the Xbox, whatever, free the pass, and I got it because the 8-bit like tune chip music in that sounded super cool. And if anybody wants to look into that, the dude's name is like Rainbow Dragon Eyes. Look at that guy. Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff. He has like some pirate 8-bit music stuff. Super cool. But there is some points like that in that game, and you're just jumping from platform to platform, and something comes out. Frustrating as all get out, my God. Because then it's like an old game. It's really like you die in the saves, not a save point. Back at the beginning. Holy crap. So that was super frustrating. That is one I was going to say. Okay, so what about platformers? Do we call Limbo a platformer, or what about Ori and the Blind Forest? Those are fantastic and beautiful with very limited graphics.
Those are very nice games. I've played both of them. I think Limbo was an absolute masterpiece. I never
Speaking
thought
of
I would
bosses,
have
the spider
so much...
in Limbo.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was pretty intense. I've never felt so much tense and like actually scared from a platform before, like I have Limbo.
Yes.
And it was a story and everything, and it was dark. That was one game that was like, wow, like it kind of hit a little different, it being a platformer.
I saw the giant ass spider on it. I was like, I am out. I'm not playing this game. Ori, It's the only really platform I enjoyed because it had a good story and it kind of got you a little emotional. It was very sad. Um, but I
It was
did
very sad.
die.
I played, yeah.
I think if I remember, cause I beat it not too long ago, 352 times I believe. So I didn't like that part either.
Mm. Yeah, it does get pretty hard. I feel like most platformers like find challenging with their either difficulty, like like execution, or like time pressure. And but that great, probably one of the best like platforms we've gotten in like the past decade, if not a little sooner than that. And there's also another one, another platformer. I think it was called Inside. It was kind of similar to Limbo. It was kind of freaky, a little more dark. It had more color than Limbo did, but it wasn't. I think it's been a few years since it's been out, but it was the same kind of way, and it was also really really good and freaky. If you haven't played, I believe it's Inside. I would recommend playing that one.
Is it from the same people? Like, it looks like the same. I think I know the people that made Limbo made as like another game. It's not a sequel to Limbo, but it's that same kind of style, and it's dark and kind of creepy. Um, yeah, if that's the name of the game. But um, what was I going to say next? Okay, so speaking of spiders, and we'll tee off part into our next kind of segment of the show here. But with spiders, I think we may have touched on this other time before. It may not have been on an episode, but Brandon, did what was it, that game that came out called Grounded, where you're a kid and you're like shrunken, right?
Yes, that's the name of
Savvy,
it. And
picking up what I'm laying down.
yep, that is Grounded is the name of it. Yes,
It's got the big spiders, right?
yes, terrible. I'm not playing it.
Okay, so it's got the huge spiders. So not necessarily like a main boss, but enemies. They have, which I've never seen this before, which is very thoughtful for people like the Brandon, Mr. Crazy Horse over here, that they have an arachnophobia meter, and what it does is pretty much break down the graphics on it. So if you have it a full blown spider, it looks like a spider that's like 3 times your height. And I played it, and it is scary, like to me. So if you don't know those are in the game and you're walking through this forest of grass, it just comes charging after you with like red eyes, and it's like, and it's bad. But if you, the more you tune down the rating of the spider, it loses more detail. Like the last of it is like 2 gray circles with like black eyes, like little dots. So that there can't be no spiders because they're like a hard part in the game. But they try to make it fair for people that can to play it that are afraid of spiders. But that was really cool, and I think I've never seen a game do that or heard of one. And they also have a like a color sensitive, color blind setting option. Like if you're blind to the color red or something, they have some kind of color schemes you can change to help you see better to play the game, which is really cool. For players that need certain adjustments like that, because I've never heard of that before. But that's really neat.
Right. I feel like lately the most like adaptive we've had with like game settings and graphics is like gore. You can turn limbs exploding off. You can turn the blood off. Like you can play Mortal Kombat with it not being that crazy. So now that we're going into like the area of phobias to help people play a game that they would want to play, but maybe that phobia is stopping them from doing it, I think that's pretty next level. I feel like you could do that with a lot of different games. I think it's brilliant.
The only problem I see with it is what is too far, because something just needs to stay in there. Um, you should be scared of the spiders because it makes you want to either defeat them or get away from them. It creates that urge, and I don't know what's too far on that part.
Right.
That's very good. You can't give the players too much control. That's the point of the game. You can't, I don't like this or I don't like that. That's almost half the fun. Or like, just do it. You put it, grab a controller, play it. You don't have to worry about things. If you know there's spiders, don't play it. Or do play it and get over your fear or whatever you have.
I agree though with the color blindness is really good. The Last of Us 2, I mean, you can change so much stuff. You can color blindness. You can change literally every setting in the game can be transformed. You can make things where they pop out, they turn red and green. You can change the color of the guns, everything, which is great. I like it when anyone can play the game. But on like a horror aspect, maybe not too far, Because if I have zombies they don't look like zombies, I don't see the point of it.
Right. It'll take away like what they wanted it to be, and you're not really playing the game for what it's trying to present itself as.
But
I like
I
it.
think Grounded's
All right,
good
boys.
because Grounded is more of a kiddie version of like Ark or
Yes.
those survival games. So it's cool. I like the aspect, but still, I know they're spiders, so you can still go fuck themselves.
You hear that, Grounded developers? You did a great job with the spiders. Look fantastic. We'll get into our news and our esports in just a second. I will say I did see it, and I wanted to play that game because it looked like a neat idea, and I liked Ark a lot whenever it first came out. But again, the flaw of my gaming could be me. Still, I played it for a little bit, and I had to make something, and there wasn't a single freaking tutorial that popped up and was like, bloop, collect this and collect this to build this table. It's like, all right. No, it wasn't. It just said build this, and I never had anything tell me how to do it. I walked around for probably 30 minutes trying to collect everything I could, try to find merge, and I went through the menu. I went through the menu of stuff of like if there's some games have like a book of like how to build things. You can go through your index or like monsters you've seen, people you've met. I couldn't find it. It said it was still pretty new in whatever, I guess, alpha or beta that it's in. So maybe they forgot that part. I couldn't even enjoy it because I couldn't play it because I couldn't do what they wanted me to do. But anyway, moving forward, we'll get into our, I don't know, the meat and potatoes of the episode here were something you can walk away, listener, and sound intelligent after this, hopefully. Let's get into esports first or news first. Who's got the handle on which one the most to it? Brandon, tell me what you got.
All right. So the news today is there is a new Prince of Persia game that got leaked by a retailer. It looks like it's going to be a remake of the first one. I'm hoping. I'm a big fan of Prince of Persia. Sands of Time was amazing, where you could die, come right back,
Yes,
die again,
I forgot
come
about
right
that
back
game.
again.
That was super cool.
Slow time. It was amazing. The movie was terrible. I don't remember playing them. It's an awful movie. There's a new season of Fortnite. It's going to be Marvel themed. I don't care.
What?
Fortnite is actually having a battle with Apple. So Apple, every purchase made through them, they get 30% of it. Well, Fortnite's trying to make it where if you buy V-Bucks through their app, where they don't give Apple that 30%. So Apple threw them off their Play Store, so did Google, but Fortnite's suing them. So it's a big argument and a lawsuit to see who should get that 30%. And I don't know who's going to win that. Probably Apple. They got a whole bunch of lawyers.
Right, that's the thing.
Big
All
news.
these people anyway, all these companies have lots of money. Not necessarily that they need it, but that's the name of the game. They're obviously doing well because they're doing something right to make money, and they've been on the mobile, stores for Apple and Google, and now. So who made the change? Do you know? Did Apple make the change and said, "Oh, by the way, we want more of your money"? Because then that would make me mad if I'm Fortnite. I'm like, no. But
so it's always been 30%, from what I understand. And Fortnite, it's really for them. So let's say 30% of 5 million. That's a lot of money that they feel like should be in their pocket. And 30% is a high margin because Fortnite does it with their Epic store, but I think there's like 5%, so it's a lot more reasonable. And it's really sucked for these little companies that aren't making a couple $100 a month or whatever. 30% of that's a lot of
all
dough.
of it, yeah, almost.
So Fortnite's fighting back. I don't think they're gonna win this, but it's good for them to step up and try to fight for the little gamers. Even though I don't think that's the real reason they're doing it, that's what they're telling everybody.
Gotcha.
So
okay,
in
continue.
bigger news, the biggest news of the week, everyone's excited. Mass Effect. Looks like they're going to do a trilogy re-release. Rumor is it's going to be announced in October and also released in October, if it's to
Oh,
believe.
holy crap!
So it for sure be the first 3 games, probably mastered. High def pushed up. I don't know what else they would do. Probably add a few things. I would like them to take out the vehicle combat stuff from the first one, 'cause that was awful. But those are great games. A lot of people consider them some of the greatest games, and people have been screaming for the trilogy to come out. It looks like they might actually get it.
I would
And
definitely play it.
That's awesome.
oh, for sure, it's amazing. I don't know if it would have the newer one in it. What is it?
Andromeda.
Andromeda, yeah. That people a lot of people hated that, and it didn't really have Shepard, who's the main character, in it at all. They didn't mention him. He didn't even save the world, so a lot of people didn't like that. And it would probably fix the ending in number 3, because if y'all don't remember, the ending in 3 was very lackluster. Then they did a DLC to fix it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But a lot of people don't play the DLCs. If you're not gonna give me the full thing, I'm not gonna play it. So
yeah.
hopefully they can fix that. I think it'd be pretty cool. Huge Mass Effect fan. I know y'all are too. It'd be great to be able to play all 3 of those together.
Yeah. Yeah. Those redoing
It was
those
really
stories are
cool
gonna be great.
too. It was really cool having a character that you can travel 3 games with, because it was the same character, and your choices mattered. Even if they really didn't, it felt like they mattered from game 1 all the way to game 3, and they were so long.
That's crazy. They were long.
Um. So last episode, I told y'all there's a Suicide Squad game coming out from Rocksteady. It looks like they might be having another Batman game too, called Court of Owls. It looks like we should get the announcement on August 22nd. It looks like we'll be able to play as like multiple Bat heroes, like Batgirl, Nightwing, Robin, which the version where it's his son.
I believe
So that'd be pretty cool.
it's not Dick Grayson.
Damon is his name? No, Dick Grayson's Nightwing.
Yeah, Dick Grayson.
So is it Damon? I think he's like Damon or something. I don't know. Batman games are excellent. They've been awesome. They keep getting better. The last one wasn't. The vehicle combat was kind of lame, but it's still an amazing game. I wish they could do something like this to Superman, but they seem afraid to touch it, and I don't blame them. Every Superman game has been awful. But that's pretty cool that they might have 2 games from Warner Brother out.
Yeah.
Also, the rumor is they're still working on that Harry Potter game. They might still be releasing, which is like a Harry Potter RPG.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yes.
Hey, okay.
Wonder Brother is killing it right now. If the Suicide Squad, Batman, and Harry Potter, they're gonna be hard to beat. So also, Ghost of Tsushima is getting co-op player, which is pretty cool. It's a single player game, just to add co-op for free. Looks like, and a little bit of extra content's always nice. I don't. It's a couple story missions they said, but mostly it's just waves, which I'm a fan of. I like when a single player game can add it, but not take away anything from the single player mode. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
We also had a couple games come out this week. Battletoads. If you ever played the original, you don't want to play this one, because the original was
Is
so
it the
hard.
same or?
Have you ever played that?
I've never played
Yeah, from the rare
Battletoads.
replay.
It was so hard. It's ridiculous. It
It
doesn't
is a
make
classic.
sense.
Classic.
From what I saw, it's more cartoony and it looks easier. It's supposed to have good reviews, but I don't know if I'm gonna touch it. I think it'll be free on Game Pass, which may get me into it. I don't know. Flight Simulator, which is that where you get an airplane and fly over the world,
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
and the game generates the world for you, so you technically can fly over your house. That's pretty cool.
What?
You probably need a really good computer to be able to actually run it, but I'm hearing good things about that. Everyone loves that. If you're a flight simulator kind of guy, this is right down your alley.
Hmm.
Yeah, Mortal Shield come out, which is kind of like a Dark Souls kind of game, one of those hard games. Can't
Yeah,
really
hard
describe it.
games.
Hard RPGs. I've never got into it, man. I don't like when I die, I have to start back over. All that, it's not really for me. And there's really no stories in those. And with UFC 4, then and that's pretty much it for this week. The main thing, obviously, was the Batman, Fortnite, suing
Yeah.
Apple, and
Yeah.
Mass Effect. More and more Mass Effect is great.
Dude, awesome. Yeah, they should definitely do that. Kind of like the Master Chief series. Yeah, Battletoads. It's got a following for it. I'll have to look into that because it's one of those. You've heard about it forever, and then I'd have to try it. But anywho, okay, moving right along. We'll roll into this. Dakota, anything I need to know about esports to stay relevant or join in on conversations at the bar to meet new friends?
Yeah, you're probably not going to be making any friends, but you're probably going to be butting heads with some people because we're getting competitive. It's towards the end of the year. This is when all the serious competitive games are getting in and teams battling off. Today, August 19th, started the Call of Duty playoffs. If you didn't see any of it, it's going live until the 23rd. We had Optic Gaming versus Gorillas, both teams from LA, bringing the heat. They had some really fast-paced hardpoint game. I was able to catch the end of that. I'm not too big on the Call of Duty scene, but it was actually fun to watch. And the shoutcasters are on their stuff. That was fun. If you haven't seen any of it, I recommend a bit of it. More things coming up as we close out the year. September 3rd launches the 2020 Overwatch playoffs. We'll be getting the schedule later in the week. So hopefully Dallas Fuel and Houston Outlaws can bring it home, baby. Riot Games has announced the Worlds will kick off on the 25th of September. Now, the date may vary considering the condition of the world, but we can hope that it doesn't. The tournament will be held in the newly constructed Pudong Soccer Stadium in Shanghai, and all the events will be happening in around China's cities and mainly in Shanghai. So that's something I'm totally excited for. It's something that we like to do over here with my friends is we all hang out and we'll get a projector going and we'll watch the first game of the series. We do it every year. It's really good to watch. We love doing it. Some other stuff that's coming out, something that I'm looking forward to, some games that are coming out. We got Star Wars Squadrons on October 2nd. It's like a team-based dogfight game. It is from EA, so hopefully they don't mind microtransaction the fuck out of it. Hopefully they don't. But anything Star Wars, I love it.
They did say that there'll be zero microtransaction. It's EA, take it for what it is, but they said that
they raped
zero.
over Battlefield, so yeah.
Right. I love the look of it. Anything Star Wars, I like it. Another one, a personal favorite of mine is Iron Harvest 1920. That's going to be coming out on September 1st.
Steampunk game you've been looking into?
Yes, it's more of a steampunky World War I RTS, heavily inspired by Company of Heroes, which was one of the best newly RTSs we got in the last decade. Not nearly as popular as StarCraft, but that one's coming up and following that. The beta's been going real nice. They've been having positive feedback, so that one's going really good. And of course, the way hyped Cyberpunk 2077. November 18th is the current release date, which is fine by me because hopefully they'll make us for a sick birthday present. Other than that, we're gonna have more esports coming up as the days go on and more schedules are released. But as now, those are the standings.
What was that date on Cyberpunk?
November 18th, I believe.
Okay, because it got pushed back, I think, for the third time. So yeah, that should be the new date.
I want Cyborg Keanu Reeves in my hand. I want it so bad.
That guy's killing it. Somehow he just rose up like he was Neo so long
amazing.
ago, and then he's like all these other things came out, and you're like, oh man, yeah, I know him, Keanu. He's so cool.
Yeah. Flash news from Keanu. There's the new the Bill and Ted, right? They're making another Bill and Ted. Movie. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And how
we've had so many good times watching those movies.
Yes, let's talk. I don't know the other actor's guy's name, but how elated was that guy like he probably hasn't done crap in forever, and like this legend of a movie, Bill and Ted, and he gets a call like, "Hey, but oh, you are still alive. How's it going? Hey, we're making another movie. We need you to roughly look like. How do you look? Oh God, we got makeup. Come on down. We're gonna have another episode of this movie. Keanu's still here. He'll carry everything. Don't worry. And just join along for it. We need Stallions. You remember? Like that's gotta. I don't know. I'm not that much into the whole actory scene of what he's been doing. He probably has some cameos on some things, but like I saw the preview for that and I was like, holy crap, that guy's still alive.
And
like,
he looks. They look
the
so
haircut.
good.
Yes.
Definitely
okay.
excited for that.
Yes, super cool. We'll get right into this little. I've prepared another special quiz. I tried to make this one fun for me and more difficult for y'all because again, my lack of great game knowledge, such as you great gentlemen, will make it more difficult. And I'll help along the way if I can. What we've got here, I might have 10 or 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did. I got 10 game characters here. Some old, some new. And I'm going to start trying to describe them. And the first one to guess who it is gets that point. Savvy?
I savvy.
All right. Lube up your thinking chairs,
Dakota,
fellas.
go make me some coffee. Go make me some coffee, Dakota. Daddy's here.
Hey man, you better this new blood is about to show you what's up, right?
And before, Brandon, what are you even holding in your hand? Is this string or is that a fork? What were you holding a second ago?
That's the string that snapped me earlier.
Oh, the freaking command hook.
That's the
strap.
sticky thing? Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
See,
better than
it's
what I
a
thought
little
it was. Moving on. Okay. Probably start it like that.
All right.
First character. Let's see how well, frankly, the Tankly can describe this guy. All right. Pretty cute guy. He's got a blonde, shaggy hair. If he was now, what? Did you say Dakota?
Yeah. It's not him.
Fired. Fucking
All
fired. He's got. If he was like alive now, he just looks like a skater guy. Favorite color's green, I would think. He's a little musically inclined. He can play some things. He's all right with a sword. I think he's okay with the boomerang. Even
Zelda? No, Link.
What'd you say?
No.
Brandon got it because you committed one of the worst sins in all of gaming. You hoe bag.
I did.
How dare you? How dare you? If anyone would like to send any hate mail, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyone wants to send any hate mail to Dakota?
I won't make it to season 2.
You're a guy. Good heavens. All right. Brandon gets a point. Dakota -5. All right. Moving right along. Wow, I almost said the guy's name. All right. Him. This guy's probably a shorter fellow. He likes to jump around.
Mario.
Got it.
What the crap?
I told you, I like my coffee with a lot of creamer and a lot of sweet and low.
Get out of here.
Sweet and low. What are you, 50? Moving along. Brandon's 2 point. Dakota 0. Here we go. Hitting the third character. Okay, here we go. Not necessarily greedy, but he likes to collect money, as do a lot of game characters. A very iconic sound when he gets these coins or loses them.
Sonic?
Boom, Sonic. Who you said last was one of your favorite games, Brandon. All right, coming up, Koda 1-2 against Brandon. What?
I was being nice.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Character number 4. That'll be too easy yet. Okay, smallest of all that we've gone to so far. Pretty quick as well. Let's see. Not very good at English, actually. Doesn't speak English or any language at all. Has its own language that
Pikachu.
other. Yes. Wow. I was trying not to say yellow or like anything about electricity yet. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. That's Brandon 3, Dakota 1. Moving right along again. This guy, he does have a name. He is like the main character of this. He's started to get other characters now that since the game has gone on for so long. But mainly this is him. It's a dude. It's the main character. And now they've got, like I said, other kind of things for it. Had a lot of hate because he didn't look as good as other game characters as far as his graphics. Still a huge game. Played well. Very common name. You can he's building a lot of stuff all the time, crafting things, getting things done.
Steve.
Boom. Yep. Minecraft Steve. Blockhead.
What?
Dakota. Pick up the pace, Sonny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I like to
As
take
soon
my
as I said
son
crafting.
on that one.
All right. Next. Okay. So what was that? Brandon 5. We've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Brandon 4. Dakota 1.
I'm in the
Here we go.
dust.
Moving along. This guy, he's kind of a badass. Quite the badass. Comes from Greece. He's got some cool tats. He's kind of had a run-in with some higher entities than him that have caused him a lot of pain and anguish.
Oh God, I know Brandon.
You
He knows his name.
Really?
He knows it.
Brandon knows it. Brandon doesn't know. Oh my gosh, Dakota.
Kronos?
I'll give it to you.
Kronos?
Yeah, Kratos,
Oh.
right?
Kratos. Okay, Kratos.
Kratos.
Yeah.
He is Greece, huh?
I mean, it's Romany times, Greece.
Damn
Yeah.
it.
I was about to start talking about chains
I
and
was
stuff.
I was
but yeah.
thinking I was thinking of little cute characters. Then you come up with this badass. I wasn't ready for that.
Tattoos.
Yeah.
Who the hell is that? Aang? Okay. Was that 42 or something? Okay. This guy here.
That's embarrassing.
He likes the color yellow as well. He does have a missus.
Pac-Man.
Did you say Pac-Man?
Yes.
Yes, very good.
Oh.
Simple enough.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, it's
Here-
going back.
We got 3 left. I think that's 4-3. Is that right? This will be a little difficult. Like I said, some of these are old, some of these are new, some of these are in the middle. This guy here, not necessarily a bad guy. Quite annoying. He's been in when they recently, yeah, that's fine. Remade this again, and he's still there. He's known for how dare you turn off or try to restart the game, and he will pop up. One of those cool little game developer implementations, even from way back. And if you think about trying to do a bad transaction or cheat, and you reset the game, he will pop up, and it will give you the longest dialogue boxes that you will click through, and you'll wear your freaking A button out. And you hate every inch of it. I think it even talks about like deleting your file if you do it again, but he doesn't do that.
Is it Undertow?
Undertow?
I don't know.
Not from Undertales.
Oh, no.
It's not that guy.
But it is again from it. He's like I said, so he old and now new again also. He's buddies with Tom Nook in the town that they live in. He's not human. He's animal.
Oh, it's Animal Crossing.
It is.
I don't know his fucking name.
What's his name? Yeah.
I don't
No, that's
play
the
those
deal.
Garbage
Really?
games.
Oh, I've never played Animal Crossing.
That's the rule.
Oh man.
Nobody
Cool,
gets it.
internet.
His name is
Fuck.
Mr. Rossetti.
Oh, that was a hard
Dude,
one.
I got the game, so I get like.
That's right.
Oh, whatever.
You go, boy.
do not. No, you don't.
I'm just gonna battle that.
Good job, pal.
There's somebody listening to this. Forgot Mr. Rossetti, and they could. But so point for you, listener. All right, down to fellers. This
You don't
one,
even have a Switch. How did you get that one?
His wife.
Jordan helped me. All right, this guy here. I would say he's kind of like Australian. He's also an animal. Runs around a lot. Partly like came out of a platformer, jumping on stuff. He's got a little
Bandicoot?
female. What'd you say?
Crash Bandicoot.
That's it.
Hey.
Yeah. I was
He's
gonna say they
Australian.
recently remade his too. Right? Yeah. I think it's a wallaby, or is it a bandicoot? Is a bandicoot a real animal?
I
I
don't.
think it's a
Hey,
wallaby.
fact check. Somebody fact check Bandicoot.
I'm looking.
Where do you catch a bandicoot?
Someone watching this. This is gonna be our first one star review.
Didn't know what Bandicoot was. Trash.
Where do you hunt bandicoots at? I don't know. I can't find them out in the
What's a pack of bandicoots called?
back wild bandit. Where do you catch a cooter?
Bandicoots. Yeah, bandicooters.
Where does one catch a cooter? All right. I don't know what the points are. I think Brandon's still winning by one. Last
hey, well,
one.
I
This.
think we're 3-4.
No, I
Okay.
think we're tied.
All right. So Brandon got Link, Mario. Dakota got Sonic. Brandon got Steve. Dakota got Kratos. Dakota got Pac-Man.
Yes.
No one got Mr. Rossetti. And Dakota got Bandicoot.
And Brandy got Pikachu.
Oh, Pikachu. I skipped it. Okay, yeah. 4-4. No one got that. So this is it.
Oh.
Tie
man.
game. Who shall win? I think I got a good round off guy here to finish things. How can I make this as difficult as possible?
Oh, I guess a bandicoot is an animal. It's an ugly looking little thing.
Huh. And now you know.
It's like a little rat.
If you didn't know.
It's like a little.
You do now.
Okay.
All right, we gotta
This-
focus.
It's for all the marbles.
Okay. For all the marbles, fellas. All the bragging rights. So this character here is kind of a badass too. He's had to deal with some really intense, scary stuff. All my knowledge of this is going to be coming from the first one. I think they have 3. I know they have 2. They might have 3 of this game. I'm gonna try to talk real fast, and the first person to say it will do it. Really good with guns, cool armor, upgrading things, killing evil baby things with like tentacles out of their back. Sometimes blue, like so the more you upgrade his armor gets even cooler.
Isaac Clarke.
Guns probably a bit. Bam, Isaac from Dead Space. Dakota
Yes.
wins.
Wait, what's his name?
Isaac Clarke.
Oh, well, he wasn't in 3 of them. He was only in 2.
Boy, he was in
Well,
3.
the rules said that I only knew from the first one.
Cheating.
So. Dakota wins the second round. That'll finish us off here on our second episode. Guys, we'll get more things like this rolling off. I'll have to make... this is good. I like this. Off my rules.
Start off
We'll go off
so
Frank's
good.
rules, my quizzes. We'll
me,
catch it up.
me.
All right, guys. Dakota's the winner. Congratulations. All the marbles are yours. Brandon, keep playing with your little string thing. We'll be back on here with more news, more esports and sustenance, and maybe we'll talk about good guys next round, or like go off in a random direction for like fighting games or racing. That's been on my mind. Those are kind of odd. All right. Tune in next time for the next podcast that you have to have a name. We'll figure it out. All right.
Later.
Later.